The United States has opened a new front in its battle against Russia and its allies, this time focusing on Serbia, a key partner in Moscow's energy network. Washington is preparing to impose sweeping sanctions on the petroleum industry of Serbia, NIS, a company controlled largely by Russian energy giants Gazprom Neft and Gazprom. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić has confirmed the sanctions, which are set to take effect in mid-January, could send shockwaves through Serbia's economy, especially its vital energy sector. In an exclusive interview with Serbia's radio and television, RTS, Vučić revealed the gravity of the situation, underscoring how the US sanctions threaten not just oil supplies, but Serbia's broader economic framework.
The US will impose sanctions, not general and only financial ones, but comprehensive sanctions on our company, the oil industry of Serbia, NIS. So these will not be sanctions against companies that have Russian ownership, nor that are financed by Russian banks, but they will be direct sanctions on the oil industry of Serbia. This puts us in a very difficult position because, after a certain time, we'll have problems not only for the supply of oil, but don't forget, and why should everyone know, we will have problems with the refinery and with Petrohemija, Serbian petrochemical company, and with all our other giants essential to the survival of the economy that we have today. Because there'll be problems when purchasing spare parts, and we have already managed somehow so far. As you know, Passimes will not work directly with NIS or Gazprom, but then we acted with the help of Serbia Gas and all our other companies, trying to save everything that can be saved.
The US's move is part of its broader strategy to isolate Russia, potentially disrupting Serbia's energy infrastructure and supply chains. Vučić expects an official notification of the sanctions by January 10th or 13. In response, Serbia is preparing to establish a coordination body to manage the fallout and ensure the continued flow of oil and gas. Prime Minister Milos Vučević will head the body, which will focus on maintaining natural gas supplies with support from Russian and Azerbaijani partners. Serbia's daily energy consumption places significant pressure on its reserves, with 430 million cubic meters of gas currently stored in Hungary and Banatski Dvor. Vučić emphasized the nation's dependence on Russian energy and the potential risks of the sanctions. Looking ahead, Vučić intends to seek a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin between January 25th, 27, to discuss the implications of the sanctions and explore potential solutions.
I'll ask to have a meeting with President Putin after or between January 25th, 27, when I see what my talks with the new US administration have been, if we have any chance or no chance to change that in a short period of time. So by January 25th, you will know what the situation is and how things stand. You will prepare for me everything that you think is important for the conversation with President Putin, and then proceed accordingly. By February 15th, we have to make a decision on what we are going to do. As far as gas is concerned, both Russia and Azerbaijan have been reliable partners for us, and they still are today. We use between 13.5 and 14.5 million cubic meters of gas per day. That is a lot of consumption. We still have about 430 million cubic meters of gas in reserve in our gas storage facilities in Hungary and in Banatski Dvor in Serbia.
The sanctions threat, which has been looming over Serbia since December, is already affecting the country's economic outlook. The US Treasury Department has yet to comment, but the sanctions are expected to target NIS directly, with possible long-term impacts on Serbia's refining capabilities and petrochemical industries. Serbia is bracing for the worst, with Vučić urging his team to prepare thoroughly for high-stakes diplomatic conversations. With Washington pushing hard against Russian influence in the Balkans, Serbia's position as a key energy ally of Moscow has never been more vulnerable.